So now, as we have gone through the production module of Connect Facts, the number of users and how entries are being carried out in the production module, we now move on to a short demo of how the preventive maintenance module in Connect Facts works. So Chandan Chaudhary is the CCM electrician at the plant. So once I log into his account, as you can see, a very different kind of a dashboard is presented to Mr. Chandan. He can only see the number of work orders that have been generated for against his name, and against the daily preventive maintenance schedule, only the daily CCM electrical checklist has to be completed by as his role. So, different users can be assigned different roles of preventive maintenance to distribute and segregate the work. They'll come in, they'll log into their account daily, they'll check what work has to be done. They go to the shop floor, go to the machine, give get a very simple line walk. After that line walk, once it has been completed, they'll come back, they fill up the checklist in its entirety, submit the abnormalities that have been observed, and then close out the preventive maintenance checklist, and the work is done for the preventive maintenance department. We insist that this is to be done in the very first half of the day. So, how the checklist is to be filled is very simple and it's very easy for any layman, for any person who just needs to read, who has just learned to read, will be able to fill up this checklist with ease. As we can read the name of the checklist over here, it is daily CCM electrical checklist. The status over here is purple. That means it has just been scheduled and assigned and is not yet filled up. So the work order type is preventive maintenance. The frequency mentioned is 1440 minutes. That means after every 24 hours, it will again pop up in his account. The standard execution time to fill this checklist up is 15 minutes, and the scheduled start time is was of yesterday's morning, that is 19th April morning 8:15 a.m. The actual start time is will be mentioned over here. The duration will be mentioned, and the actual end time will be mentioned. So the manager will be able to know whether Chandan has gone through each and every checkpoint thoroughly, or he has just filled it up in a very rapid manner. So Chandan just goes into the execute button, and here we can see that there are different, the same description is written, but the additional point is the number of to do tasks. That is how many tasks are yet to be done in this checklist are mentioned over here. Moving ahead, the first point we can see, these are being uploaded by the plant team. Hence, they can be uploaded in any language that the user is comfortable and for the ease of their use. So the first point is to enter the name of the person. Mr. Chandan will just simply enter his name. The next point is, it's mentioned in Hindi, so I'll just translate it into English, that AC drive PLC panel and all control equipments, including the MOP panel, the MB panel, the MSB panel, needs to be cleaned up, and all of this needs to be cleaned, and they have to be checked whether they're into the correct order or not. So now Chandan will do all of this work and then mark this as okay. Suppose there's any issue that Chandan faces during this work, he'll flag it as a not okay thing. The next column that we see over here is the criteria. Now, if I click on the criteria section, I can see that there is a picture of the PLC panel that pops out, and a eye that pops out. The eye indicates that there is only visible checking or visual checking that needs to be done here, and this PLC panel belongs exactly to the plant, so the user knows where to check in. The next column is of run state. That means what should be the run state of the machine when this point or this checkpoint needs to be executed. So it states that the machine needs to be in the closed, or it should be in the off position when this point is to be conducted. Now if he marks it as okay, then he moves on to the next point. The next point is all ACBs related to CCM should be cleaned with air pressure, and there should not be any issue with it. A picture of the same is also visible again in this video, in this checkpoint. Suppose Chandan finds an abnormality and he flags it as not okay, and he mentions the details over here. So once he goes into view details, he can or he'll be able to mention more data about what is wrong exactly in this point. So once he marks here, once he goes into the checkpoint, CCM related all ACB, he finds an issue. So he'll just simply mention that ACB has a problem. Once he marks it as ACB has a problem, if he has to decide or if he has to plug in any photos or videos for reference or for proof, he can simply go on to this icon and capture the image or upload the image and capture or upload videos in the live format. Then he just simply ends this point and marks this as an abnormality. I'll quickly fill up all these checkpoints and then we'll move on to the manager's account to see how this very abnormality can be seen in their account and how can they view it. For demo purposes, I'm marking all of these as only OK points. Chandan, once all these points are marked, he'll simply click on the end selected button and then click OK to submit all of his tasks. Now, once all these tasks are done, we can see that there are the work order disappears from the main dashboard. That means Chandan's preventive maintenance work for today has been completed. We now move on to the manager's account and see how the abnormalities which have been marked by Chandan uh, are visible to the manager. This, as we can see, is a typical manager's dashboard that we have seen previously. Now, to view To view issues related to what Chandan has flagged, the manager will go into their activities tab and then click on the issues and work orders. Once they go to the issues and work orders section, in the My Department issues, they'll be able to see issues that have been marked by Chandan. Now, as we can see, the first abnormality that is marked over here has been the one which we have demoed right now. So once we can see now that the status here of the abnormality is flagged as open. The manager will then go into the action of view abnormality. In the description section, as we have just typed that is ACB has a problem, the manager is able to see the exact description that Chandan has flagged to them, that ACB has a problem. Now, the manager will simply do a check about what the ACB has a problem, and they'll then go to the status tab and accept or reject the abnormality. Suppose the manager rejects the abnormality, it disappears from the manager's department issues tab as well. Once they accept the abnormality, now the work has to be completed. It is a testimony that the manager has accepted what the issue was. Now what they'll do is they'll go here and they'll assign back the abnormality to Mr. Chandan once again. So what I'll do is he'll go here and he'll mark it back again to Mr. Chandan. Once he marks it back to Mr. Chandan, the status of this abnormality immediately changed from accepted to assigned. Once it is done to assigned and we go back to Chandan's account, Chandan will be able to see the issues that have been flagged to him and they have been assigned to him. So, what Chandan does is Chandan sees these issues, he fixes them, And once he fixes these issues, Chandan will change the status of that very abnormality to a done for review. Now, what this done for review status means is that Chandan has completed the work that has been assigned to the assigned by the manager. He has completed the work and he has now submitted it back to the manager to view again and to check whether it has been completed or not. So his manager, his reporting manager, will again go on to the abnormalities section, and he can now see that the status has been changed to a done for review. If suppose the manager is able to review and he gets a live update from the plant that it has been completed, this abnormality then changes from a done for review to done, and then it completely disappears from the section from the manager's my department issues. As we can see, the abnormality which we just highlighted has been erased from here, it has been removed. This is the complete abnormality closure section for all of the preventive maintenance modules. We can see that there have been different issues that have already been popped up into the manager's page by different users. And these then again need to be reassigned to the team. And then later on, they'll complete the work, the manager will close the loop. And this is how the end to end preventive maintenance section of Connect Facts works out.